you have a real estate license or a broker license, but you really work as an investor. Most of the time, you just want to buy properties for your own account, or you want to work as a wholesaler. But if you go to the property and they want top dollar that you can afford to give it to them, but you know a retail buyer could give them that money, you don't mind taking a listing. So really, you have two solutions for the people. And you want to tell everybody that you want to buy the property for yourself right off the bat. Okay, maybe not so fast. Slow down a little bit. Let me give you some wisdom. This is the worst thing that can happen to a real estate licensed individual. Excited to buy the property, they go to the property, they write a purchase contract, they forget to tell them they got a license. It was such a good deal, they couldn't resist it. They shake the grandma, they buy the property, and then they fix the property and immediately they put it right back on the market for sale, $150,000 more. Now, as it happened, one of the grandkids would drop by the property, calls grandma. Hey, grandma, you know that guy Tom who bought your property? He's got it for sale. Who's got it for sale with? Himself. What? What do you mean by that? His name is on the... Well, he never told me he's got a license. Well, that's not a good day in court. That's not a good day in court. Your first obligation is to disclose that you have a real estate license. At what point you want to tell them that you're the buyer? Do you want to tell everybody I'm a buyer, I want to buy the property, and if you sell it to me, I'll buy it? Well, what if they say the property doesn't need any work, and we really feel like the house is worth $575,000 based on Redfin, Zillow, and we had two other brokers tell us that we can get that much money? What do you do then? If the option that you have here is to put another hat saying, oh, I forgot to tell you, I can list the property for you and sell it. Well, there's a problem here. They say, well, wait a second. You were just going to offer us $400,000 for the property. Now, as soon as we told you, I think the house is worth $500,000, and you put another hat on saying, but let me get you the $500,000. Well, something doesn't play out very well here. So how would you go about it? First of all, when you contact somebody and you have a real estate license, be 100% open to tell them that you have a real estate license. But if you want to position yourself better to bring some motivation, some excitement to the contact, then tell them, would you consider selling your property at this address to a possible client of mine? Well, the possible client is really yourself. But what if they want a retail price? The house is in a perfect condition and you can't give them the retail price. What would you do then? Wouldn't that be nice to have the option to take the listing? Great. So in the first appointment, don't tell them you want to buy the property. Even if you want to buy the property and they agree to the price that you would want to buy it, take the listing first. Take the listing first. Let's say I went to the property. The house is in a terrible condition. People already got their stuff out. There's a U-Haul truck outside and everything lined up for a perfect deal. And this is a house that I could put $50,000-$60,000 in it and put a lot of effort and bring the value higher where I could make $40,000-$50,000 versus $7,000-$8,000 commission check. How would I go about it? In a case like this, I would tell them, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, let's put everything on paper to see how it looks like. Well, you can see the condition of the property. If we have to get an investor to come and buy the property, would you agree somebody will spend 2 months' time here? They will have to put $40,000-$50,000 in a property. They have to take all this risk and liabilities for them to be able to make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. Now, if you could do it yourself, obviously, we could list the property at that price and for you to make that money. They say, oh, no, we got no money. We got to be out of here. Okay, so let's do this. With your permission, I'm going to put the price at this much that will attract an investor to come and buy the property. And again, you go through the property, you'll make a list of everything that is wrong with the property. Make a list of everything that is wrong with the property so you document everything. Take as much pictures as you can so nobody will come and say the house needed no work. No, friend, cover yourself. I'm just giving you advice. Cover yourself. Now, you take the listing, let's say for $320,000. And you know that fixed up property, fixed up value is probably worth about 30% more. You take the listing. That way, if you come up with an offer from yourself and they decide to say, you know what, Tom, you know what, Mary, we really feel like we should get a little bit more. And then you realize that this is not going to work for you. They said, no problem. That's perfectly fine. I'll put it for sale and we see what happens. That's all. And chances are somebody else will buy the property. Nothing wrong with that. Now, you approach them the next day, call them the next day, and don't just throw this on the phone. Then you say, you know what, when I left your house yesterday, I told myself, maybe I could make this thing work for myself. You can tell them you want to live there, you want a rental, nothing wrong with that. And then you say, I'm going to do my best to see what I can come up with. Maybe I can be the buyer you were looking for. And that makes it so much easier because we can go through this thing and wrap it up really easy. That's a benefit, right? In a case like this, don't throw an offer over the phone. Go to the property, meet with them face to face, And here is how I want you to negotiate. You say, Tom and Mary, you said you owe $115,000, you owe $110,000. Cash in your hand, what does it take for you to do what you need to do? That's the question. Cash in your hand, what does it take for you to do what you need to do? Disregard the fact that you got it for sale at $400,000. That is secondary at this point. You're trying to negotiate a deal. Now, you had to wait an extra day because you got a real estate license. At this point, there is no question that you got a license because you took the listing. Obviously, you had a real estate license to take the listing. You see what I'm saying? Now you're covered. At this point, you can negotiate for yourself. Absolutely, you can negotiate for yourself. And you can get the best deal you can get. So, in a case like this, when you have a license, don't be so eager to get out there telling everybody you want to buy it, you want to buy it, you want to buy it. And then they say, well, how much is your offer? You say, well, our offer is this much. And they say, well, we'll talk to you. We have somebody else going to come and make an offer. And you have to leave the property without a deal. Don't do that. But if you take the listing at a reasonable price that will be attractive to an investor, now if somebody else want to buy the property, well, great. Let me give them a call right now to see what we can get from them. See? Now you get a commission. Nothing wrong with that. Be mindful if you have a real estate license on how you want to work as an investor. If you find this video useful, you find more contents like it on my channel. We hear this from people all the time, but those little mouse clicks will go a long way to help me in the algorithm. So please click the little thumb guide and help yourself with all my tools linked in the descriptions. These are tools me and my teams have developed over the years, tools I wish I had when I started in real estate. Thank you for watching and have a great day.